are 22 years old because you can't be in the draft if you're over 22.
Yes, I'm 22 years old.
Who's this?
It's my son.
How old is he?
He's 10 years old.
Okay.
Hi, and welcome back. We all love a good trauma film. The suspense, the plot twists, the heart-wrenching moments, they can keep us on the edge of our seats for hours. That's why we've put together a list of the top 10 best drama films in 2022. From gripping thrillers to heart-warming stories, these are the movies that you won't want to miss. So grab some popcorn and get ready. Number 10, Hustle. After being fired, professional basketball scout Stanley Schuderman is elated for the first time since some time when he chances upon Spanish amateur basketball player Bo Cruz playing in a regional park outside of Madrid. Encouraged by newfound energy, Stanley makes it his mission to groom Bo for the NBA, thinking that he and Bo can make it. Hustle has a 7.3 rating in IMDb and a 93% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Best chance to win in here is with you out there.
What the hell am I still chasing this for?
So you're just gonna give up on your dream?
Been in this league for 30 years.
Number 9, The King. Because of the royal crown on his head, Hal, a wayward prince and reluctant heir to the English throne, has turned his back on royal life and is living among the people. But when his tyrannical father passes away, Hal is crowned King Henry V and is forced to embody the life he had tried to shake off. The Crown Prince now has to deal with the upheaval and conflict his father was mired in, as well as the emotional scars of his past, including his relationship with his closest friend and mentor, the aging alcoholic knight, John Falstaff. The King has a 7.3 rating in IMDb and a 83% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
A king has no friends. Only followers and foe.
Number 8, The Power of the Dog. Pale-eyed, handsome, Phil Burbank is brutally beguiling. All of Phil's suspense, power, and fragility is tucked away concerning its roots in the past, and he is able to strangle a bull calf with 2 brusque slashes of his butcher knife. He performs a naked spectacle swimming in the river, smearing his nakedness with mud. The year is 1925. The Burbank brothers are wealthy ranchers in Montana. At the Red Mill restaurant on their way into town, the 3 brothers meet Rose, widowed proprietor, and her impressionable boy, Peter. E looms on the outskirts of the little girl's sight, whistling a tune she can no longer play. Phil's mocking of the child is more vocal, now more than ever amplified by the cheers of Phil's chief hand members. About then, Phil begins to dote on her child. Is this new posture a secret that indicates Phil's status to win, or worse? The Power of the Dog has a 6.8 rating in IMDb and a 76% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
25 years since our first run together. 1900 and nothing.
It's a long time.
What you doing?
Number 7, Tick, Tick, Boom. The movie follows John, a young theater composer who's waiting tables at a cafe in 1990 while writing what he hopes will become the next big thing among American musicals. Before he's due to perform his big role in a final Broadway show, John feels the strain from all directions from Susan, who dreams of a faraway life beyond New York City, from Michael, who has moved beyond his dream to a job that prioritizes financial security, among an artistic community struck by the AIDS epidemic. With the clock ticking, John is at a crossroads and must face the inevitable question that all people confront. What are we meant to do with the time we have? Tick, tick, boom! Has a 7.5 rating in IMDb and a 96% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Hello. Hi. Welcome. I'm Jonathan Larson.
Number 6, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. In the late 1920s, tensions and temperatures rise over the course of a lengthy recording session in Chicago as a contingent of musical performers awaiting Superstar, the legendary mother of the blues. Ma Rainey awaits trailblazing performer. Late to the session, the fearless, fiery Ma engages in a battle with her boss and producer over control of their music. As the band rehearses, the audience, packed rehearsal room for their forthcoming concert, ambitious trumpeter Levy, who dreams of marrying Ma's girlfriend and is determined to stake his claim on the music industry, spurs his fellow musicians into recounting stories that will likely alter the course of their lives forever. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom has a 6.9 rating in IMDb and a 72% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
You know what to do.
This would be an empty world without the blues.
Number 5. Private Life. Richard and Rachel, a couple dealing with infertility, try their best to preserve their marriage as they get further drawn into the unusual world of third-party reproduction and domestic adoption. When their doctor recommends third-party reproduction, Richard and Rachel bristle. But when Sadie, a recent college dropout, re-enters their life, they reconsider. Private Life has a 7.2 rating in IMDb and a 78% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Up at 50 in some block association meeting trying to prevent the opening of a new bar.
Richard, we're not turning 50 on East 6th Street.
I'm 47.
Number 4. Hunt for the Wilder People. Hailing from an isolated region, Bella and Hector launch a dialogue in foster care with Ricky, a difficult two-child from the city. Bella's death results in a more demanding adjustment of Hector's tasks alone. Moreover, Bella's death affects Child Services' decision to transfer Ricky back to the orphanage. Ricky refuses to return to the crime scene and runs away, ultimately influencing a national manhunt of him and Hector. Hunt for the Wilder People has a 7.8 rating in IMDb and a 91% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Court regular. We're hoping that this change of scene will help straighten them out.
You hungry? That's a silly question, isn't it? Look at you.
Number 2. Mudbound. In the post-war era, somewhere in the muddy Mississippi Delta, several families, one black, the Jacksons, and the other white, the McCallans, are forced to share a small tract of land, maintaining an exquisite race relations between them. However, the returns of two brothers that live on very different sides of society, Ronzel, the Jacksons' firstborn son, and Jamie, Henry McCallan's younger sibling, will unite the two as even socially potent individuals. But as a backdrop for Mississippi sunsets and racism, life can be challenging even when you're separated from the establishment and hate, and no one is secure. Mudbound has a 7.4 rating in IMDb and 85% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
How long you been back from overseas?
Oh, just a couple of weeks. Much obliged, Miss Triple Banks. You give yourself a wonderful day.
Take care.
Number 1. The Trial of the Chicago 7. In Chicago in 1968, the Democratic National Convention confronted conflict from activists like the Vocal Students for a Democratic Society, led by Tom Hayden and the belligerent Yippies who sparked violent clashes with local authorities. As a result, 7 of the accused ringleaders are arraigned on charges like conspiracy by the hostile Nixon administration, including Bobby Seale of the Black Panthers, who were not one of the perpetrators. Following this is a transgression exec trial administered by the hostile Judge Hoffman and prosecuted by a reluctant but duty-bound Richard Schultz. Hayden and his colleagues are disturbed by the Yippies' outrageous antics, which hamper their defense in defiance of justice. As things go on, the Chicago 7 clash over their foreign policy agendas. The Trial of the Chicago 7 has a 7.7 rating in IMDb and a 90% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
We want to underscore again that we're coming to Chicago peacefully, but whether we're given permits or not, we're coming.
We're going to Chicago to protest the Vietnam.
And that's all for today. Give me a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos. See you next time. Goodbye.